Every human being, no matter their culture, religion, or background, asks the same terrifying question, at least once in their life. What happens the moment I die? Is it total darkness? Is it peaceful? Is it painful? Is it a doorway? Do we stay conscious? And, perhaps the most important question, do we know what is happening to us? For thousands of years, religious scriptures, ancient civilizations, and modern near-death experience testimonies all describe one thing. Death is not the end. It is a transition, and it begins instantly. In this documentary-style exploration, we will walk through what happens to the human soul in the first 10 seconds after death, according to religious texts, eyewitness experiences, neuroscientific insights, and spiritual observations. What you are about to hear may change the way you think about life forever. Second 0. The final breath. The very last breath is not just a biological event. It is a signal, an announcement, that the separation between the body and the soul has begun. Religious scholars describe this instant as the soul loosens. Doctors call it respiratory arrest. But spiritually, it is the moment your soul begins detaching from physical reality. During this exact second, your hearing becomes the last sense to fade. Your mind becomes extremely clear. You suddenly feel lighter. People who were present during loved ones' final moments often report, "It felt like something left the room." That something is the soul beginning its departure. Second 1. The unexplainable silence. The very next moment after your heart stops is described by nearly all cultures the same way. A strange, intense silence. It is not a physical silence. It is a cosmic silence. Near-death experience survivors describe it as a sudden calm, a feeling of floating, a total release of pain, an overwhelming peace. Even people who died during accidents or extreme trauma describe the same transition from chaos to calm. One moment, everything was noise, and in the next moment, silence. This is the second the soul realizes, I am no longer inside my body. Second 2. The soul separates. This is the moment that billions of people across history have spoken about. Religious texts call it the departure or the pulling of the soul. At this moment, you rise above your physical body. You see the scene from outside. You watch people trying to help you. You hear voices, but they sound distant. Time feels strange, slower, softer, unreal. People describe floating 1 to 2 meters above their body, looking down in complete awareness. This is not imagination. This is the soul's new perspective. The connection to the body is broken. Second 3. The realization. I am dead. For most souls, realization does not come instantly. But around the 3rd second, a shocking awareness arrives. That's my body, but I am not inside it. This realization is often accompanied by a wave of disbelief, curiosity rather than panic, a strange acceptance, a sense of clarity. People who returned from near-death experiences say this moment is the most unforgettable. I was dead, but I wasn't gone. Second 4. The spiritual world opens. Here, the rules of the physical world begin to fade. The soul becomes aware of a presence, a force, a pull, a direction. Religious texts describe angels appearing at this exact moment, either peaceful and comforting or terrifying and intense, depending on the person's deeds and spiritual state. This is the beginning of the journey to the afterlife. The world around you becomes less solid. The spiritual realm becomes more visible.
Second 5. The final connection breaks. Years all is connected to the body by what many traditions call the cord, the tie, the thread of life. Around the 5th second, that final connection breaks completely. The soul is now independent. The body is simply a shell. People who return from clinical death describe the same sensation. I felt like something snapped, and then I was free. At this moment, no physical pain remains, no fear remains, only awareness remains. The soul is now operating with senses far stronger than human senses. Second 6. The life review begins. Flashback moment. Many people who almost died describe a rapid flash of memories. This is not random. It is the beginning of the life review. In a fraction of a second, the soul sees childhood memories, key decisions, moments of kindness, moments of harm, people it hurt, people it helped. This experience is deeply emotional and crystal clear. Many say, I saw not only my actions, but the emotions of the people affected by them. This is the first step of spiritual accountability. Second 7. The pull toward the realm of souls. After the life review comes a strong pull, forward, upward, or outward. People describe it as a tunnel, a corridor, a doorway, a rising motion, a transition into light or darkness. Some describe a beautiful, overwhelming light. Others describe a terrifying darkness. This depends on the person's faith, their spiritual condition, their actions in life. The soul begins moving toward its assigned path. Second 8. Angels of mercy or angels of wrath. At this exact moment, religious texts describe two very different experiences. For the righteous soul, gentle angels, calming presence, a sweet fragrance, comforting words, a sense of homecoming. For the sinful soul, dark, severe angels, a terrifying presence, a suffocating heaviness, words of warning, a cold, paralyzing fear. Near-death experience testimonies also support this contrasting experience. This is the moment the soul understands its spiritual reality. Second 9. The first glimpse of the afterlife. This is the moment the physical world disappears almost entirely. The soul enters the border of the next realm. What people describe varies, but common themes include a vast landscape, a bright light or burning darkness, shadowy figures, angelic beings, an overwhelming sense of truth, a feeling of everything is now revealed. This is the soul's first true encounter with the afterlife. Second 10. The point of no return. This is the final moment when the soul fully belongs to the afterlife. There is no going back unless God wills it. The bridge between life and death is crossed. The soul stands before its angels, its destiny, its eternal journey. This is where the temporary world ends and the eternal world begins. The first 10 seconds after death are not darkness, chaos, or confusion. They are conscious, aware, real, purposeful, designed, guided. Death is not the end, it is the beginning, a doorway to a far greater reality. And when the time comes, every soul will walk through it.